I became acquainted with Prairie Homestead back in 1982. My dad is a pastor, and he was doing interim work out on the Colorado border, but in 1982 a blizzard shut down the highways, and on his way back to Garnett, Kansas, he stopped by to see what Prairie Homestead was like. And in 1982, Mom and Dad moved out to Prairie Homestead. And so my close relationship with Prairie Homestead begins back in '82. And Dad lived until Pearl Harbor Day in 1996, 7, about 1997. He had a heart problem, and he passed away on Pearl Harbor Day. And then I became a lot more acquainted with Prairie Homestead because the three of us kids each took Mom for a holiday. I ended up getting 2 holidays, Christmas and Easter. And then my sister, she kind of dropped out, so my brother and I ended up with 3 holidays. I had Christmas, Easter, and Thanksgiving. And so we would come, we lived in Oklahoma. My wife and I lived in Oklahoma at the time. And we made the trip up here at least twice a month to see Mom and see how she was doing. My brother was responsible for her banking and everything else, but she seemed to think we needed to come up here. She kept saying, "Well, when are you going to come up here?" I retired back in a few years ago. But we didn't come up before Mom passed away, and I had Mom's memorial service in the chapel here, and I was simply amazed at the number of people came. Some of them came from Oklahoma because of us. But that just reinforced the fact that everyone felt like family here, and Mom was busy doing as much as she could when she could. And my wife and I moved up here then in 2019, 3 years after Mom had passed away, and we've been here 6 years. The thing that really impressed us about Prairie Homestead, well, I think it's a pretty campus, and it's getting better all the time. But the people around, all around where we were, we came to know well. They had the guys every let's see, I think. 2 Fridays, 2 Saturdays, probably 2 Saturdays a month, get together and have coffee over here. And I started meeting a lot more of the people here. And then I learned a lot more about the people in what we're a group called the Straight Liners, because I became the assistant to the man in charge of the Straight Liners, and I would deliver things to every home here on our Straight Liners, which is 20 duplex units. And then when he felt that he couldn't do it anymore, then I took over doing that. And one thing I have noticed about retirement, when you retire, it's up to you how you're going to retire. And in Prairie Homestead, I will say very simply that you can be as involved as you want to be or don't want to be, but still you're part of a family. A large family of everyone here, because if something happens, for example, when my wife had a stroke, everybody here asked me, well, how's she doing? They kept track of her, seeing how she was doing. And another thing I really like about Prairie Homestead is it took a whole 5 minutes for the ambulance to get to my house. Now, had I been living in Oklahoma, my wife would have probably had some serious, well, I know she would have had some serious paralyzation, because if you got an ambulance to your house within 30 minutes, that was a miracle. And the first 30 minutes of a stroke is very important. And we came home and we had people that brought in some food for Patty. And since that was shortly after we got here, it was January of 2020, and she's had to put up with my cooking ever since. But people feel sorry for her, and I can't blame them. But seriously, the staff here is fantastic. We have a director here that I give a hard time to every once in a while. I give a hard time to all of them once in a while. But anyway, she has a motto, AMA. That stands for Ask Me Anything. And I have been in a lot of organizations where the director didn't have time for you. But that's one thing I will say about the director here, Brenda. She is concerned about you. She keeps track of what's going on. And I have a nasty habit sometimes of not going to bed till about 4 o'clock in the morning. And if an ambulance comes by, or the fire truck always precedes the ambulance, and she'll ask me, well, where did the ambulance stop? And if she hasn't already found out by then. But that's one thing about the staff. All the staff care about you. The wait staff, when we have meals and eat meals here, are very concerned. They talk with you. They visit with you. And they're of all the people here, and it's a beautiful campus. When we first got here, things were not quite as secure as they are now, but I think we probably doubled or tripled our security cameras. Matter of fact, the duplex unit I live on has 2 security cameras, one pointing down back behind and one pointing over toward the carports. She keeps track of what's going on there. Sometimes I forget to mention something to her, and she said, Merle, the fire truck stopped in front of your house about 3 o'clock. Do you know where he was going? And I can usually tell her, yes, I can know where it's going. And another thing, if you want to get the feeling of a family, if a fire truck stops near my house, I'll have 4 or 5 people stop me and want to know if Patty's all right, or if I know what's going on. People just care. It's not like the neighborhood I lived in. I knew people on about three doors either way. But here, the people in the entire street will come and check. When I had to take Patty to the hospital the first time, I was watering the garden out back. I have a flower garden out back that's got a lot of irises in it, and roses, and I think I've got 27 different colors of iris that bloomed this year. And people come by, and they say, "Is it all right if I go back?" I tell them, "It's all right. Anytime you want to go back and look at the flowers, be my guest. I want everybody to enjoy them." the family atmosphere, it's I'm going to say it's more of a family than most of the families I know that aren't living here. They get they're just not very close. Once the kids move out, well, if the kids come back, okay, so what? But here, if anything happens, if like my neighbor had a member of her family die, we knew it, and everybody kept checking on her to be sure she was all right, and she's doing great. And then when we get into the admin building, the nice thing about it, we have a chapel there, where we have a service every Sunday afternoon. A different pastor comes in for the services, and then we also, in that same building, we've got a beauty shop. We've got all of the admin offices in here, the dining room, a snack bar, and of course I'm going to have to put in a commercial for the gift shop since I'm in charge of it. It's a fantastic gift shop, and if you come to visit, or if you come to live here, which I hope you do, that you're welcome to come in. If it's supposed to be leaving at 1 o'clock, and you come in at 1 o'clock, I'm going to stay until you have a chance to see whatever you want. And we have a lot of different things we get in the gift shop, and we also have a garden room here that. When my mom was here, she lived in an apartment close enough. We watched the garden room being built. But the beauty of the garden room is, again, it's like this is a great big house for people to live in. We have birthday parties there. We have anniversaries there. We have meetings in there. Right now they're playing bingo in there. But my wife and I had our, it's been a long time ago, 65th wedding anniversary, and we had a reception for the family there. We had a family group there come in, and so it's used for a lot of things, and it's not one that you're going to find that on your bill you're going to be charged rent for, because if you come and live here, that is one of the things you have available to you. And I usually, my wife has to tell me when I need to get a haircut, but this is the first time I've gone into a beauty shop to get a haircut. Now, guys, they're real expensive here. I know you pay $25 to $50 to $75 out anywhere. They're $15 here. So that's another good thing about it. And we're always improving. We've just put a new fence all the way around Prairie Homestead. Gives us more security, and it really dresses it up. And if there's snow on the ground, the kitchen staff delivers the meals, because they don't want anybody sliding on the snow until we get the walks cleaned off. Speaking of the kitchen staff, we have some of the best food here that I've ever had. My wife calls me the Cookie Monster. Well, they make cookies for the people that come into the snack shop and get some coffee and cookie. And I pick up 2 of them when I see cookies there. And I say, getting one for me and my wife. But my wife never sees them. I can't understand that. Anyway, I would highly recommend you to not only give us a second chance or second glance, but I helped move some people here that lived in another unit here in Wichita, and they told me what they were paying and they were paying really 4 times as much for where they were staying, and they didn't have the services we have here. We can't mow our own lawns because someone else comes in every week to mow them. We don't shovel the snow off our driveways because when it snows we have a company that comes in and cleans the streets and cleans the driveways off. There's so many things that they do for us that we learn to take for granted. That's all I can say is this is a place that I would recommend to anybody. Well, maybe not my brother, but he lives here in Wichita, and I tell people I came to Prairie Homestead in spite of my brother. My brother and I get along fine, but I try to give him a hard time as much as I can. So anyway, I would say that if you're looking for a place, here is where you'll find it, and you will not be sorry you did.